Hi everybody, and welcome to this revision video on methods and ethics of lifespan psychology as part of Stage 1 psychology. In this video, we'll explore how psychologists investigate human development across the lifespan, as well as the ethical standards required when conducting research. Let's get started. So in lifespan psychology, development can be described in two key ways, qualitative and quantitative. You probably have heard of these terms in research methods as part of science inquiry skills as well. So qualitative development refers to changes in the quality of a person's abilities, such as learning to speak, problem solve, or move in more complex ways. Quantitative development, on the other hand, involves changes that can be measured numerically, such as height, weight, vocabulary size, or reaction times. Understanding both types allows psychologists to gain a complete picture of how we change throughout life. So here we've got the two main investigation designs that have been used by lifespan researchers in order to gather this data: longitudinal studies and cross-sectional studies. Starting with longitudinal studies. These involve following the same group of participants over an extended period of time. For example, researchers may study a group of babies at 6 months old, then again at age 2, age 5, age 10, and so on. This method allows psychologists to track how individuals change as they age, helping identify developmental patterns, similarities, and differences. So cross-sectional studies, on the other hand, also examine age-related changes, but they do so by studying different participants of various ages at one point in time. So for example, researchers might compare today's 20-year-olds with today's 50-year-olds. While this method is quick and allows researchers to spot broad age differences, it does not show how individuals change over time. So cross-sectional results may also be influenced by extraneous variables, such as generational differences, rather than age alone. So often longitudinal studies are the most commonly used. So these methods, longitudinal and cross-sectional, provide psychologists with essential tools to investigate development across the lifespan. But studying humans also requires adherence to strict ethical guidelines. So all psychological research in Australia must follow the Australian Psychological Society's Code of Ethics, and researchers must also meet the requirements set by the bodies such as the National Health and Medical Research Council, the Australian Research Council, and Universities Australia. So ethical principles include publishing results accurately, protecting the confidentiality of participants, and taking the steps to minimise any foreseeable harm. These standards exist to ensure that all research is safe, responsible, and respectful. So all research proposals must undergo formal ethics approval before any data can be collected. These committees review whether the planned study aligns with ethical codes and safeguards participants' well-being. While modern psychology is governed by strict ethical guidelines, this hasn't always been the case. History shows us examples where the question wasn't just, can we study this, but should we? So the nature versus nurture debate is central to lifespan psychology and is also described in a previous video of mine. It asks whether our development is shaped more by genetic inheritance or by environmental factors. So some of the most controversial research in lifespan psychology relates to twins separated at birth. So, psychiatrists Peter Neubauer and Viola Bernard, pictured here, conducted extensive studies from the 1940s to the 1970s. Working with the Louise Wise Adoption Agency in New York, they deliberately separated at least 5 sets of twins and 1 set of triplets. Each child was placed into a different home, with varying parenting styles and socioeconomic conditions, all without the adoptive parents being told their child was a twin. So for years, researchers visited the adoptive homes to observe the children's behaviour and track their development. They compared the effects of the environment, such as parenting styles and socioeconomic status, with the influence of genetics, including temperament and personality traits. So again, nature versus nurture. Many of the twins and triplets eventually found one another later in life and uncovered the truth behind the study. The full extent of the research is still unclear due to sealed records, but the case was publicised in the 2018 documentary Three Identical Strangers, which we've watched in class. By today's standards, the study is considered highly unethical, lacking informed consent, transparency, and respect for the children and the families involved.